first and foremost, AJ Brown has been downgraded to out versus Atlanta tonight. Johnny Wilson is also out for the same reason, a hamstring issue. Jahan Dotson is apparently ready. He said that if AJ Brown is happen to be out or however the case may be, that he'll be ready. Things of that nature. So um, that being said, the weapons would be Barkley or Smitty. Obviously, Smitty would be wide receiver one or however, but in terms of order, however, then Dotson a wide receiver two, Gainwell or Goddard at like the third or fourth weapon, and then Ananias Smith and Calcaterra. Maybe they can make some noise. Who knows? Obviously, AJ Brown is a difference maker, so him not being there does give other guys opportunity. That being said, it is Nick Foles' halftime retirement or however. Like they'll have like a little ceremony for him celebrating his career and giving us the ring and things of that nature. So I do think there is the factor of can't let him down, and that the Eagles don't want to let him down. Just wants to see his Eagles win a couple more times. I think Jalen has to have a pretty clean game versus Atlanta, despite not having AJ. I think that's not too much to ask. I mean, Jahan Dotson gave up a third round pick, 2 7s. So he has to answer the call. Obviously, Saquon Barkley, $11-12 million back, definitely has to answer the call as well. Um, I think defensively, I think the secondary and the linebackers will have another good game. That's personally what I think. We might get a couple picks. I don't know, but the D line is really my only worry. Jalen Carter definitely needs some help out there. I have like 4 questions, and I think they're all pretty reasonable. Can Jordan Davis step up? Jalen Carter again. Even with the crappy field conditions, he was still able to get a couple pressures despite being double teamed. So Jordan Davis needs to step up. Again, will Jalen Carter get any help? Will Bryce Huff show up at all to any capacity? He may not be a starter, whatever the case may be. But will he show up to any capacity? $54 million guy. I mean, he has to show up. A couple sacks, something, couple pressures, something. You have to get Kirk Cousins, rushing to throw, rushing to make a mistake, or however the case may be. Will Nolan Smith play? Like a first rounder? Will Booker, Patrick Johnson, Byron Young, Ojimo, and Milton, will they be enough, or will they even do anything? Looking good in training camp, or however, yes, that's very hard. Very much respect, or however, but to deliver against ones and maybe twos or however is different than struggling against threes and fours. It's completely different. But yeah, again, I really do think the D line will be the key. Because again, Dan Sileo, he has a really good quote. Paraphrasing from him, he said something along the lines of like, just because guys put on a jersey don't make them good. You know what I'm saying? And fans included. Because you guys know what I'm trying to say. That I'm not one of those fans or however that thinks just because someone signs a contract with the Eagles, they're automatically the greatest of all time. They're automatically going to turn their contract on. I'll try to have optimism. Like, heck yeah, maybe they could do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can improve and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can improve, but, like Bonner, however, no one thought he'd be a starter, and, I kind of seen it from the beginning, him and Fangio's scheme, maybe he can be a starter. The only other question I have about the defense is, are the little bit of missed tackles going to get better? You know what I'm saying? Because I know, you can't get 100%, but I think last year, I know I'm not going to try to speak on it too much, but last year we probably made 20%, so we missed 80%. Last game we probably made 60, 70%. Maybe we can get to 80, 90%. If that's possible, and that's kind of the question. Can Bond keep up the play? Will DeJean get reps? What about Trotter Jr.? I definitely want to see him play. Definitely, something exciting to look out for, things of that nature. So, who's going to play wide receiver? The only offensive question I have is who's going to play wide receiver 3. Because obviously AJ's out, you know what I'm saying, or else it would be obvious Jahan Dotson, however the case may be. But since he's probably going to play the 2, they gave him a third round pick for him. He's probably going to play the 2, but who's going to play the 3? Are they going to elevate what's his name from Paris Campbell from the practice squad? Are they going to put obviously they can't put Johnny Wilson in, but comment down who you guys think the wide receiver three will be. Comment who you think is going to have the big game. Do you think Jalen's going to have a clean game? Things of that nature. But yeah, comment down below just anything in general. But overall, my final thoughts for the little preview: the D line has to step up. The D line has to answer. Bijan Robinson. I mean, I think they're going to heavily rely on him. I think that they're going to try to do like what we did, or however, versus Green Bay, or however in Brazil, just run the ball, or however, then kind of like try to balance it out, or however. I think that's what they're going to try to do. But the only way to stop that, obviously, is Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Bryce Huff, Ojimo, whoever else, that they got to get sacks, they got to get pressure, they got to shut them down. If you start with ball, we got to build a lead, and hopefully we can dominate. If our run defense shows up today and they do a respectable job, I think we'll have a dominant win. That's the key to any sort of win. But if they show up like in a big way, you know what I'm saying, and they show out, then I think we can have a dominant win. But yeah, that being said, I think I'm going to do it for my little pregame preview. Be sure to tune in to my post-game reaction, win, lose, or draw. I'm always going to, have my little reactions out, or however, either the night of or the day after. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, just a little preview, or however, something to watch before the game. Things of that nature. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Billy out. God bless. Peace.